Hello, hello. Welcome to our first playoffs week of TLS 2025. I am joined here in the commentating booth by Ebac, who will help me out with these few matches that we have to play. Say hello. Oh, maybe he's quiet. What if he just left? That's okay, he's around. Our first matchup for playoffs is going to be Team 9999 and Peak. Peak was our number 1 rated, I believe, going into this, and Team 9999 was our 8th seed. So we're expecting a Peak win here, probably, but it'll be interesting to see if they can pull anything out to surprise Peak, get a win, or take the series. This is a live match, by the way, so we are just going to be going at the pace of the players here. And we're getting into our first match. Scoring away, Paran missing one. Yeah, Red takes it away despite the miss from Paran. Looks like Evan had maybe a tough time there. I know he was not able to practice for this, so we'll see. Can warm up quickly.
They have the same combination of robots. 1 shield, 2 rust.
Yeah, it seems to be the favorite composition as of now. Red is winning the algae race.
Yeah, he got off.
Yeah, manages to get off that one more time.
Alex stealing algae from the blue side.
Bobcat's going to take it right back, though. Yeah.
Ooh, Evan gets fouled.
That is a bizarre placement from Alex. He just put it into the opponent's processor and scored 6 points for them. Maybe he was hoping that it would stay in the barge, but it did come back out, so wasn't ideal. Arn does get a foul on, I believe it's Jello there, though, which will bring them a little bit closer again. Alex and Eric just scoring away, finishing up as much as that reef as possible, as Parn is now doing those L1s. Trying to stay out of his teammates' way while he does so. Jello and Evan doing the same. And now Bobcat also helping with those L3s and 2s, it looks like. 20 seconds remaining. Gotta say, it's a pretty big Red Alliance lead. Hopefully, possession fell in there on Eric, but hopefully Blue can pull out maybe an interesting strategy or something to shake this matchup. Because they did lose by nearly 100 points. Very impressive score from Red, 283. Highest contributor there was Eric with 105. Blue Lions very even there, all around the 60-point range in terms of score contribution.
Does that mean,
we'll give. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, that does mean that Peak does take that win. So now we're going into match number 2. Match starting. Oh, wait a second. Something seems different here. they have triple rust hounds in red. Red with that big auto score though.
Yeah, it should be an interesting adjustment here from red with the triple rust hounds. We're working on some processors as well, trying to avoid getting too many proc spammed against them. Alex already fighting for this algae, playing defense at the same time.
Alex is slowing Simple down though.
Alex having to reset there. Arn is getting some bounce backs, so he's going to keep throwing those into the processor for the Red Alliance. It is a closer match than previous. We'll see if they can continue this. If they do keep it relatively close, Blue does have a good number more. That's an excellent foul there from Bobcat. Blue does have more access to higher point scoring locations, so they might be able to win it out afterwards. Fortunately, that ball does come out. Red's gonna have another opportunity to proc spam. Blue's hoping this one's just gonna stay in, but seems that it will fall out of the field actually, so it's not too bad for the Blue Alliance, as they're still within 20 points. Definitely winnable. Can definitely come down to climbs. Red does have more climbs, but maybe if Bobcat goes for some climb D and blocks 1 or 2 climbs, then they definitely have a chance here. Ten seconds left. Arn's already going for that climb. I'd like to see them also go for the climbs. Looks like Bobcat's just going to go for the L1s. Time takes down. Blue did lose a climb at the end there, but they were quite a bit closer that match. I think this composition for Red is maybe not as strong against this specific team at least, but still fun to see.
My guess is that they're hoping. No, they're probably just hoping to switch it up with Parn, probably to hope that more bounce outs maybe, but there wasn't as many as there usually sometimes.
Yeah, they got a bit unlucky with the bounce outs there. What do you think Team 9999 has to do to get a win on the board here?
I mean, definitely the algae game, because you do see Alex going to steal algae like immediately before scoring coral, which kind of slows them down because if they're fighting for that algae, they're slowing down their ability of scoring coral. While you have Eric, who's like under no defense and just continuing to score, who's already like a coral scorer. So just like I would say, try to have all that algae towards their barge and have Bobcat score those immediately. Could have really helped them out. Yeah, really just the algae and just hiding.
Yeah, just a note for Adam as well. If you could turn down the music a bit, I may have given you false directions. It's a bit loud. Alrighty, we're gonna get into our next match here, though. Looks like Red sticking with that triple rust sounds. Didn't work out quite as well, but they still have faith in it. They get a little bit more of the bounce backs from the algae. They can definitely get a big score here. I think all around Blue did well last round. I think Bobcat going for a climb D, or defending the climbs rather, would have been good as well. Jello getting a foul. Unfortunate there. It's going to put them further behind in the opening few seconds of Tiliop here. Blue Lions barge is starting to get full, and Red is starting to get some bounce backs Excellent foul on Alex there.
Looks to be stuck on Jello there. Oh, he resets. He's gonna
Yeah,
foul.
Bobcats really got to stop this proc spam right now. Excellent foul again, but you should really stay over there, just trying to make sure they don't keep getting these bounce backs because this is pretty devastating. Oh my goodness.
Whoa. Oh, that was interesting.
That was a interesting interaction there. Lots of fouls in this match. Not what I would call a clean match. But Red Alliance is still proc spamming. Finally, it seems to run out of algae. Looking for a steal here, though. Does manage to grab one, looks like. 40 seconds remaining. Blue is going to need quite a bit to come back from this. Okay, coming over to defend that processor. And it does bounce out again for the Red Alliance, so he's going to go and pick that up and put it. Oh, got stolen there from Eric. Unfortunate. 8 seconds remaining. Everybody's looking for those climbs. Red looks like they're going to break the 300-point barrier. Let's see if they stand. Oh, 316 from Red there. Massive score again. Eric getting 111 as your MVP of that match. It is going to mean it's match point for Peak. Somewhat expected at this point, but I think Team 9999 definitely had a couple of matches there that were quite close. So hopefully in this last one they can, or this next one rather, not last one. It's live. You can't even tell that it is. Know that I know the future, but. Off to the races. Big lead out of Otter here for Red Alliance as they're immediately going for those proc spams. They seem to have team pinched that algae into outer space.
Alex going for those
immediately
steals.
Goes for steal.
Foul.
Yeah. Excellent punish though. He's stuck on them as well. If they can drag him back into a foul here, he gets back though. Unfortunate. Getting one more into that processor, and another as Parn comes right behind. They're just going to keep fighting for these processor points as they're starting to get bounce backs. I'd like to see Bobcat really focus on defending this processor as they do have two robots trying to proc right now. This from Parn is going to... I mean, they don't get quite as many points as they might have otherwise, but shouldn't be too devastating for them. Still a lot of algae on the field. Several missed procs right now. Unfortunate for the Red Alliance, but Barnes now scooping them up and putting them in. It's bringing Blue back into this match.
Barnes getting bounced
as
out.
Evan and Jello have been mostly left alone to score by themselves. These bounce backs are pretty devastating, though. They just keep coming back. Does get an excellent foul there, but not sure it's going to be enough at this point. Is a 50-point lead or so. And another algae is getting shot up into the air. "20 seconds remaining as both teams are just finishing up their L2s and looks like one L3 for the blue as well. And now everybody's going to be looking for those climbs. Comes to the dying seconds of the match. Red seems to be doing putting up another massive score there. 314. Eric, again, your MVP. Just scoring all that coral. 112 points to him. And that will be a 4-0 for Peak over Team 99. Assuming there's no drastic ref calls. I did not see anything that would be that match affecting. So perfect. So the first team to our upper bracket will be Peak, and unfortunately Team 999 will be sent to the lower bracket. I have now updated the sheet, but I will do that right now. Have they officially? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so also, just as a update here, unfortunately, another team did have to drop from the competition. That was a Rabbit Show. So all of their matches, just to keep this bracket the same, so we don't have to reorganize everything, we're just going to count Rabbit Show matches as a 0-4 loss. Which means Kryptonite here, even without having to play Rabbit Show, will be moving on to the upper bracket match as well. And they will be playing against Peak in week 2. Oops. Alrighty, next up we have Checkmate versus PL Unk. That is myself, Casey, and C against Kaiju, Noah, and JP. Evac, what are we thinking going into this first match?
Let's see. Well, based on for like Plunk and all the TLS matches I've seen, they're very interested. They have a very interesting combination of robots. More like, are they either playing chill out, like depending on who plays chill out. So I'm very interested to see how did they switch their chill out strats, or are they using their JP chill out to Noah and Kaiju Rest. I'm interested to see what happens with that. And then with Checkmate, I know you guys run the chill out and 2 rest towns combination as well.
Yep.
So, and I know Casey does have that good defense on y'all side, so I'm very interested to see if there was any gameplay in defense and how it slowed down Plunk, but we'll see.
So just as an FYI, this was a 2v2 in this match. And also
okay.
interestingly, Checkmate and PL Unk also played in the last week of the regular season, which did go 3-0 to PL Unk. Alrighty, and we'll get into the first match of the series.
So this is Kaiju JP and NC. Logan almost getting a foul there from Otto.
Unfortunate there. Right, does appear to be out ahead in points in Otto here. 63-41 right now.
But Logan is getting those steals though. Not let him have any algae. Almost climbing the reef there though.
Just, showing my strengths, as you know.
Chillin' with chill. JP, they're scoring. No bounce outs yet, so that's good. checkmate. Oh, got that steal with no foul.
Yeah, JP and Kaiju both scoring away. They do one processor there. They've done a couple in this match.
There is a lot of algae in the blue side, though. JP, they're getting possession. We see C on the other side scoring all that at Coral. Doing good work there to fill up the reef. They're looking
Close
to
match here,
process.
despite
Oh, does he
everything.
do it? Does he get it? No, he doesn't. Oh, but no, he takes it. Yeah, very close
5
though.
seconds remaining and 15-point gap or so within a climb miss or something of that nature potentially.
Yeah, Red does have climate advantage here with 2 Rust Towns. But looking at getting all that algae that was left on the blue side without no steals from the red side. Lord.
Yeah, just 12 seconds remaining. Going to come down to the wire here as it is close in points. Well, unfortunately, Blue missed their climb there, but final score is 184 to 213 there. MVP of that match was C, 4678, points to his name. But both Red and Alliance robots doing 95 and 94 themselves, which put them well ahead in that one. So, Evac, just after seeing the first match, what do you think needs to be changed in this next one?
I mean, honestly, the strategy is the way that it's being worked out, like from checkmate, working because going for those immediate steals from the red side, which is flanks, allows them to have less algae process to rest down. And I think it's just the fact that you have C who's cycling solely. It's probably has a lot of work to try to fill that reef compared to having to go against like both JP and Kaiji, who are both trying to cycle coral at the same time. So it's kind of trying to get a little more coral for checkmate. But overall, though, the algae battle, checkmate has the advantage on that because you can see Plunk didn't go for any steals from the other side, allowing you, Logan, to basically score all that algae.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing here is Kaiju was not in the previous match. He was unavailable. It was a 2v2 in the final week as well. And Kaiju was the one missing in the previous one. So we're playing against Noah JP last time. And this time is Kaiju instead.
But yeah, no, scores are pretty close though.
And next match will be up in just a second here. Off to the races.
Everyone's scored not Logan going for the steal. Does he get it? Oh, he does. Oh, but I got off.
Dropped it though. Unfortunate there. He just launched that piece.
Auto not too far though. Kaiju going for that early processing. Being defended by Logan though. Goes back to Coral scoring.
Yeah, Red in the lead as of now, just 20 or so points. C is going to be a lonely single player run essentially on the opposite side of the field right now. As JP and Kaiju are scoring away all of the coral they can as well. Possession fell there on Kaiju. Make it a little bit closer, but Red is pulling away a little bit.
Ooh,
Gap is
Logan
slowly
foul.
extending here as there's a foul on me, on Logan. Got a little bit too close to JP there. And all of the algae on the red side of the field is gone. Until I push one over there. Possession fell on JP. As he's trying to double cycle there. Took a little bit too long. We missed the lineup. So he's just finishing up those L4s. One more to go. JP gets another possession foul there. This match not so close. 19 seconds remaining. And now with just 10 seconds remaining, looks like everybody's going to go for the climbs. JP a little bit late here. Just going back with 1 second left. Just going to settle for a park. That's going to be a comfortable lead here for PL Unk at 206 to 141 there. Does mean they're going to be 2 up. And we'll have to see how this next match goes. Anything else to add to that one, Evac?
Like again, the algae is going to checkmate side. Other than this time, C did seem a little more slower with the cycles, so just trying to do a little more like how he did in the first match, probably.
Right.
But overall, strategy seemed to be working. Not too much conflict. Plunk is like basically just scoring coral overall, not being able to score any of that algae. But yeah, that's my take on that.
Makes sense. All right, match 3 underway. Seems to be the same strategy once again here for both teams. Double steal off the reef in auto from the Blue Alliance there. Red still pulls out ahead though, 51 to 44 right now. A little bit of miscommunication there between the Red Alliance, getting each other's way for those L4s, but sorts it out quite quickly. See once again cycling away, doing all those L4s.
Those are some sneaky steals there. Oh, foul. Oh, but this caused him possession though.
Chasing me around the field there, trying to gain another foul, but doesn't end up doing so.
Oh,
as I drive into another foul there. 106 to 129 right now. Lead is growing for the Red Alliance. No help are the fouls that are being accrued by the Blue Alliance here. See, working on those L3s now, a little bit faster cycling than we saw in the previous match. As we come down to the last 30 seconds, still a substantial lead for the Red Alliance. We'll see if they can maintain this. Maybe a couple misclimbs will bring it a little bit closer, but we'll have to see. Only 10 seconds remaining, and it seems a little bit hopeless there. And the final score is 220 for PL Unk and 166 for Checkmate. MVP of that match was Kaiju Jones at 112 contribution. And that is going to be match point for PL Unk. Only one more to go, and they'll have their ticket to the upper bracket of week 2. And next match underway. We'll see if Checkmate can pull anything out here. Try and gain a win over this Elong team. They've currently gone 6-0 against, or 0-6 against them. Which is not a great track record. Kaiju just knocked all of the algae off the reef, it seemed, and bounced them all away. Perhaps trying to keep them, or maybe just make space on the reef. I'm not sure. Lead here for the Red Alliance, just about 25 points there.
Sneaky steal? Sneaky steal.
Now there is no longer any algae on the Red Alliance side of the field. We'll see if Blue can capitalize on this in some way. C also doing quite well on his cycling here. Already has all of the L4s filled out. Now working on those L3s and L2s. Minute remaining. Still a 40-point lead for the Red Alliance, though. Looking a little bit dire for the Blue Alliance.
Red does look, yeah, finished through. Looking moving through the red market.
And just 30 seconds remaining. Still a 40-point gap for the Red Alliance. They're just piling on those L1s, so their scoring is slowing down, but I'm not sure there's enough time remaining for the Blue Alliance to catch back up. Once again, it looks like we're going to need a couple of climb misses here from the Red Alliance to have a chance. And they're going to go early just to make sure that they do not miss 10. And just like that, it is 224 to 180. MVP of that match was C with 114, but following right behind is Kaiju at 113 and JP at 107 as well. There's going to be a 4-0 victory for PL Unk, which will put them into the upper bracket match against either Riptide or OGs, depending on who wins that match coming up. This is what the bracket looks like so far. And it seems it should be an interesting match here. Riptide versus the OGs. And we're going to get another PL Unk versus Riptide potentially. Or, I don't remember the score between PL Unk and the OGs. They did go 3-0 in week 2, but potentially after a while of practice, they can definitely come back from that. We'll have to see. Alrighty, we got the OGs versus Riptide. Exciting match here. Hopefully another close one. These two teams played in week number 3. It did go 3-0 for Riptide, so we'll see if OGs can
Oh, this is 3-3-3.
get some wins. Some excellent 3v3s. It's been so long. Everybody's on the move. As Otto is taking down. Huge Otto from Red Alliance 72. Who Blues 40 something. I missed what it was. Lumpy, the excellent chill out player that he is spamming those algae into the barge fast as possible. Dak is keeping up quite well, but still a little bit behind of what we might call a powerhouse on this robot. Lumpy thought about stealing there, but decided to just finish up with his own first. Boyman and RJ just scoring away. Boyman looks like he's doing some double cycling. RJ just sticking with the ones right now, it seems. Don't have to risk anything when you're so far up ahead. Oh, Dar almost got a foul on Lumpy there, but didn't quite manage it. Blue Lions just finishing up their L4s now. As Lumpy comes back to score some L1s. Try and max the red score as much as possible here, running out of the higher point locations.
Red is finished with that reef. They're scoring those L1s. Lumpy does have some quick L1 scores though.
He does. He's got the spin tech. Just keep spinning around and throwing it on. There's still one L2 at the back there. It looks like RJ just missed it there, unfortunately. But Boyman finished that up with 20 seconds remaining. They're already at that 150-point marker as Boyman goes over to play defense on Dar. Just trying to widen the gap as much as possible.
I think. Oh, they have no coral. That's why RJ is spinning.
Yeah, he's dancing in front of the climber zone. And the match will end at 269 to 204. A large win here for the Riptide Alliance. MVP of that match was Lumpy on the Chilla Robot with 103, followed closely behind by a Boyman at 99. So, Ebac, what do you think needs to change here for this next match in order for the OGs to get a win over Riptide?
I mean, I feel like it would be a risk. Well, it's more like a luck base because if you see that a team is gapping you that much, I would try to maximize points, which would lead to having to process maybe and hoping for bounce outs. Since those, if they do bounce out, they technically count for an L4. So probably try to find a method to try to, like, not more widen that gap, but like get that gap closer. Probably.
Right.
I would try something like that.
Yeah, I do think that's worth a shout here. Maybe have a little bit more processor spamming. I'm not sure that Dak plays any rust hounds, but they could go triple rust hounds or just have Dak do steals into the barge and then just proc spam everything that is on your side of the field to try and get some bounce backs.
Yeah.
Just try and neutralize the Lumpy as much as you can, kind of. So it will be hard. Boyman was double cycling as well, so maybe a little bit of defense here and there will They can stop doing that and lessen that score a little bit, but hard to say. All right, match 2 underway. Another excellent start for red here. Lumpy not. Well, he did get 4 pieces. Just throw it on L2 there. Massive again. Looks like blue is going to stick with the same strategy. Dak just piling those into the barge, hoping to keep up with Lumpy as she's currently. Red is extending their lead though, so we'll have to see if blue has any interesting strategies at the end of the match here potentially. Lumpy coming over his steal. Very fast pickup there. Taking that one away right away. Oh, that was
Ooh, did it get fouled?
another excellent steal. Almost got fouled by Dar, but managed to get away with it.
Now he's working with the wreath.
Red already at that 200-point mark with a minute to go. Just going to throw on those L1s. Maybe going to empty their coral stations once again. And has many remaining. They got lots of time to get it out, so be interesting here. Blue also working those L1s now. .30 seconds remaining here. Almost 100-point lead for the Red Alliance. Not looking great for the OGs at this point. Boyman does go over and get a foul. Going it to be a small detriment to their team, but at this point doesn't matter much. 10 seconds remaining, and they've emptied their half of the field once again. See if they get up for the climbs. And it looks like they missed one there at the end, unfortunately, getting 286. Still a massive score there. Lumpy, once again, your highest contributor there, which is at 102. Odar is right behind at 101. That one will mean that Riptide is 2 up and looking for a perfect sweep over the OGs. And here we go again. Lumpy, unfortunately, knocking over one of his coral there. He's not going to be able to get the 4-piece, but he might have actually dumped it on L1 there. I can see.
Yeah, he did.
Time. But always impressive to see when you're at the 2-minute mark and already over 100 points. RJ does get a possession foul there, but as we've seen in previous matches, we're not super sure that's going to be too much of a problem for the Red Alliance. It does seem that blue is switching up their strategy. Dar is throwing some into the processor. That one unfortunately does bounce out of the field. It is 6 points, but it's not exactly what you're looking for in order to really capitalize on this.
Oh,
They need to fall back onto the field so they can be scored again. Early on your own side, as Lumpy takes that bounce out and just pops it right in. Once again, coming down to this 2-minute mark, and they're just 1-minute mark, and they're just crossing the 200-point barrier there. Blue finishing up those L3s and L2s. As red is doing the same, also throwing in a good number of L1s from Lumpy as well. See if they run out again. Maybe Lumpy will wander over to the Blue Alliance side and try and steal some from them as well. Looks like they only got 1 in the other station, maybe 5 in this one, so Lumpy is going to the other side to steal. They're just going to try and max their score, it seems. 20 seconds remaining. Boyman goes over to play his usual defense. Blue just completely avoiding him at this point. And does manage to get a foul on him. With just 7 seconds remaining. Lumpy throwing on this last coral. See if he can get the park as well. 1 second remaining. And the 299 there from Riptide. 105 from Avoy Man is your top score this time round. All of Red Alliance outscoring all of Blue Alliance there. Impressive to see. And that will put Riptide at match point for this series. All right, next match underway. We'll see if the OGs can pull one out. Or will the Riptide Alliance be able to go flawless against the OGs as they had previous? Keeping it close off the gate as per usual. We'll see if they can maintain this, as Red Alliance is a scoring machine, I must say, with 2 double cycling robots and Lumpy on Algae. It is hard to keep up with.
Oh, Lumpy. There is a big difference there with the net.
Yes, it does seem that Lumpy is taking command of the Algae race there, scoring a good number more than Dak has at this point. And they're on track to be above that 200-point threshold, as they do now, by that minute mark once again. We'll see if they can beat their own personal best. I believe it's 299 at this point. Maybe they can break that 300-point threshold. Blue Alliance also no slouches, scoring away. Just finished up their L. Oh, there's one more L1 or L2 rather, but now they're just spamming those L1s, it seems. Boyman over to play defense. It's another foul, unfortunately. He needs to practice that a bit more so he doesn't get fouled quite as much. But 20 seconds remaining, and there is about a 50-point gap here. It's going to be hard for the Blue Alliance to come back, as everybody is probably looking for climbs. Red does finish clearing out their side of the field once again. And they're going to score 297 this time. Not quite the 300 points they've been looking for. To Blue Alliance's 241. A very strong score as well, with Dar, your MVP of that match, 105. Alrighty, that will mean that Riptide will be sent up to the upper bracket in week number 2. We're going to see Riptide versus Peel Unk. And then on the lower bracket side, we're going to just have one matchup this time, as Rabbit Show has withdrawn from the competition, and that'll be Checkmate versus the OGs. And I believe that is going to wrap up our stream for this week. We have finished up with all of the week 1 matches for TLS playoff bracket. And be sure to join in next time once again to see who will be heading on to the finals and lower finals for this event. Have a good night, everybody.